But first, a question that we always think we know the answer to: what is biodiversity? What we're really talking about is the variation in life in all of its forms across the entire globe. And the real question is, why does it matter? And once we know why it matters, how do we measure it so that we can keep track of it? It's not like measuring molecules of CO2 in the atmosphere. When we come to measuring biodiversity, we've been measuring biodiversity for many years, and people have proposed important metrics. And there are many reasons why we might care about biodiversity. There is the utilitarian perspective, ecosystem services, there's our cultural connection, and there's also the idea that we emerged from this planet, we evolved from it, and there's also a moral component, that there's 3.5 billion years of evolution on planet Earth. This is time on the x-axis. We're at the outer edge of this, the top of the circle. And you can see the radiation of all of these species across the tree of life, the last mass extinction. And we can really ask the question, what right do we have to destroy 3.5 billion years of evolution? So that's another reason that some of us think about biodiversity.
And we basically see that deforestation leads to effects and decreases on moisture recycling up to 72 months after the deforestation event. Why am I talking about moisture? Well, Vox produced this very interesting science communication paper, and they said the trees produce the rain that maintain the trees. That also triggered us to think about the Amazon for its other very important aspect, its biodiversity. Which trees, which functions. You heard already Janine presenting very well how we can actually use tools like remote sensing to assess these at scale, and that's what we've been doing as well. So we started to ask these questions. Which functions deliver this moisture recycling that then maintains the diversity of trees, and which aspects of biodiversity are maintained within the Amazon, and then connecting the dots by those maintaining the climate control and also across continents.
I'm actually here representing the science panel for the Amazon. The science panel for the Amazon is the first regional high-level initiative dedicated to the Amazon. And its mission is really to summarize, to synthesize the information available in the literature, including gray literature, and put that scientific information together with the indigenous knowledge and knowledge of local people. So we are trying, since the beginning, we are trying to put all these different forms of knowledge together to be able to come up with recommendations for the Amazon that guarantee a sustainable development for this very important ecosystem. We all know that the Amazon is a very rich system. About 13% of all these terrestrial species that you find in the world are actually found in the Amazon. It is also a system that has a very large diversity of ecosystems, and all these different ecosystems are connected with each other. So we need to think about the Amazon as an interconnected system. This is a study, a recent study talking about the flying rivers, and it shows with the arrows where actually the water is is moving around in the Amazon. So you get humidity coming from the Atlantic Ocean, falling as rain, being recycled, and when that humidity hits the Andes, there are regions where 40 to 50% actually of that water is actually coming from water recycled from forest, 40 to 50%. It's amazing.
The result of those 40 years of data showing what has been the change in the Amazon basin. It's not only the biome, but the basin, and I stress that out because we are here not only talking about forests, but also other very important ecosystems which are predominant in the headwaters of the Amazon basin. So the change has been huge. Actually, 17% of loss of natural covers, natural vegetation cover. All this information and other information of connectivity as an important criterion for planning, for future infrastructure planning as well, because we know that what is left in terms of areas with high level of connectivity is also, of course, the most biodiverse areas as well. So this has many implications. Also, use connectivity as an indicator for NBSAPs especially, and also for NDCs. I think there is the possibility of looking at this synergy of the two things that are reuniting us here today, biodiversity and connectivity.